It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are a mile high at Broncos Stadium in Denver, Colorado. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The Broncos will kick. Here's Brandon McManus to start us, and we are off from Denver. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd.
We play to win. Let's go.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. 61, matchbox lights.
Tight go. Rush in.
They go.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky. 25. Check 25.
First carry for Royce Freeman. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
60 outlaw. General West. Leo. 5.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Set up. 50, plant.
Mike 58, right there.
Better bring it. Hey, lock it. I'm letting you know right now. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Come on, set. 18, Gator.
Here we go.
Go.
Go back. We got motion. Back up.
Hey, Sam off. Hit it.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready, break.
59, Mike. Check. 59.
Hey, Alpha. Get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Big Ed.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Not mine.
Hail Mary use.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Hey, zoom.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here.
The Bears ha useless team give a.
For a delay? No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let him know, let him know.
The low, comma.
Look, squeeze.
On third and long, it's Locke. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you're giving up points now. Those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and just like that, it's third down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Let's go, D.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
The mic, boy, 51. Watch the snap.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Shotgun pass.
On second down now, it's Montgomery. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, there's an example
This
of
not
patience
rugby.
being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Trubisky will throw. Looking deep for... He's got a man. Complete. 33 yards that time. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On second down, Montgomery. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Trubisky to throw. Oh, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Locke, flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Here's Locke. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. First down, a run with Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Now it's Lindsey, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Pilot, 64, weak. Bam, bam. Wahoo! Ready?
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's going to float this one deep right side, and that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Leo!
Fresno! Joker!
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. Yeah, he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
I love the way he used the
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Flo Nichols, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Locke. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Block. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defense is about to say
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. On third down, Trubisky, and he completes it to Cohen. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Lock again here on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And that one was relatively... Easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Locke going to throw. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Clock now to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Clock now on first down. Screen pass to Lindsey. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
To throw again on second down. Lock. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The former Bronco, Danny Trevathan, in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. The Broncos on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From midfield, here's Locke. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Go out. Look at me. Door. Deep grip.
Locke gonna go on 4th down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Leonard Floyd and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Watch your slap. Watch your slap.
They'll run on first down. Montgomery, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Draw play, Cohen. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Well, they were going draw play there. The defense wasn't fooled. They sniffed it out.
I think they're going to have to go back and take a few more acting classes because that's what a lot of that is. You've got to influence them to think that it's going to be a pass play and have them drop out and maybe the defensive front coming forward and find yourself some space. In this case, no one was fooled and ended up spilling that play pretty well.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and still nothing on the scoreboard. It remains a scoreless tie. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yep. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Eddie Goldman with a sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
6-6, pull it high.
You got that
Smooth. Get it.
Another try after the first down sack. Locke. His throw incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
Hard.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Less than 2 minutes to play in this game, and we are still scoreless. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. What a play. It's a first down as they get 19 yards on the fake punt. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to, whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Protein spill.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Break.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Hey, lock it.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Lock to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Back to throw. Lock. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that turn.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. To throw it is Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. Here's Locke to throw. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Locke. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Back to throw. Locke throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Again, it's Locke. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Locke. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So that one will be accepted. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Into the red zone, it's Locke. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
Play just like you Wes Blitz way too much. Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears.